Alright guys, got a work order for a stack that's not working. The guy said it filled up with water and then the lights just started blinking. So we'll start it. And looks like we're full of water. Alright, we'll get the cover off. Well, I guess that would be our problem right there. Looks like that's the wire from the speed sensor. Looks like the wheel here on the motor cut the wire. That should be a pretty easy fix. Go ahead and unplug it. Looks like I got enough wire there to do a repair. I'll have to cut some of this insulation off here, this cover, and we'll see if we can wire nut this back together, and we'll try it out and get this wire out of the way. Alright, got the wire all set up, ready to go to put together, but I don't know if I'm going to go that route. I'm not thinking it's going to be too secure, especially with vibration and everything, and now that being cut so short to the harness. So I just went up, got a new speed sensor out of the shop. I'm just going to drop the motor and just put in a new speed sensor. So it's just a 1/2-inch socket, and there's two 1/2-inch bolts right here, one on that side, and then the same thing right there. So loosen those up, and then we'll drop the motor down, and then we'll replace the speed sensor. Okay, we got the motor out, and this blue and pink one, that's our speed sensor, and it just clips onto the side of the motor right there. It has its own little board, so you just unclip this part right here. We're gonna have to take the pulley off here, and I believe that Allen set screw there is a 1/4 inch. And on this pulley here too, you see there's a little magnetic, I guess it's just a magnet, but that's how the speed sensor works off that magnet somehow. Not totally sure, but a lot of times I've had these pulleys where the little plastic clips for this magnet here break, and then this magnet chatters or comes off there, and then it doesn't work right because the speed sensor works off that. Alright, that just snaps off there like that. And then we'll go ahead and cut this little tie off here. Get our new one out of the box here. We'll get it set up. new speed sensor. And a new little harness for it to clip onto the motor. Clips onto this part right here, that little groove. You can see the rest of the motor doesn't have that, so that's how you know where it goes. Plus right with the harness for the motor as well. So there's the old one. So I'm just going to get this set up on this here and we'll clip it on the motor. Alright, got our new one all set up, ready to go. Now these two little clips here on the bottom, right here where my thumb is, go in that groove. So we'll just set them in place. And then on this side, bring that clip down. And same thing over here. Bring that clip down, that clip's there. Push down so it locks on. There we go. I didn't have the top ones locked in, so push them until they click, and then you're clipped on that side. You're good to go. Get your pulley, line it back up, see where your mark is there from the set screw. Just go back with the same spot and we'll tighten it back up with the 1/4 inch Allen. Alright, now that part goes in the back, the wires. Here's for our screws. These go on this side. They'll go right there like that. Then you put screw in there. Same thing over here. Put that one in. There's your other screw. So then it'll mount just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put the motor in. Be right back. Okay, I just have the motor started. Screw there. And the other one right there. The belt's just laying on the bottom. Okay, now once we have it on the motor and the transmission, slide the motor forward to put some tension on the belt. Now we're just going to tighten up the 2 1/2 inch bolts. Okay, we got our motor all mounted, nice and tight. The belt's on good. The belt is tight. Now we just got to plug in the motor harness and the speed sensor harness. And we'll make sure that's up out of the way so it don't catch on the motor pulley again and cut the wire. Everything's hooked up. I just plugged it back in, so now we'll go ahead and test it out. So we'll let it fill up, and when it starts agitating, we'll be back. Okay, looks like we're washing. So that's what it was, speed sensor. Part number on the speed sensor from GE. This one here, I did get the wire back together. I don't know, I might be able to do some heat shrink on there and keep it as an emergency spare. But I think they're about $15, $20 roughly. But yeah, if the speed sensor don't work, or if the speed sensor goes bad, your washer won't work. And basically it'd do the same symptoms as having a bad motor. So you always want to check the motor first, and if the motor tests out good on these stacks, then it's the speed sensor. They're a common failure on these. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.